Alrighty everyone, well game number 4 in this best of 5 series finds us on King's Cove LE. Spawning here in the top left hand corner of the map, playing with the blue Zerg pieces. He's currently up in this series and wants to close out this series right here and right now. His name is Serral. And his opponent spawning in the cross position, playing with the red Terran pieces. He got on the scoreboard and wants to keep that momentum rolling in his favor. His name is Time. So guys and girls, game number 3 in this series ended off with Time getting on the scoreboard against the best player in the world. And now I'm really excited with this game because could Time tie this up? Now, for those of you who don't know, this game and this series was played at the WCS spring event and was one of the games within the round of 8 of that tournament. And I'm very excited to see what ends up happening in this game because Time just played brilliant StarCraft in game number 3. Was all over the place, creating massive amounts of problems for Serral. And Serral just, you know, over time had to just GG out. Simply because it was just, he just got overwhelmed. He was outplayed in that game. And so what I'd like to see is some more of the same out of Time. I want to see him, you know, get aggressive, you know, and stay aggressive. Really, you got to keep the pressure on Serral, and that's one of the major ways of I've seen of beating him is by doing exactly that and not allowing Serral to dictate the pace of the game, because if you allow him to dictate it, he's just going to overwhelm you as the time goes. So if you're Serral, though, in this moment, I mean, obviously, he wouldn't need my advice, but I would say, you know, he just has to keep playing his game because it just is one of those things. He's still ahead. He can still keep trying things because even if he loses this game, he is, you know, the series is tied, but he hasn't lost yet. So he, you know, he can definitely still try some things to see if they work against Time. And it'll be very interesting to say the least how this all turns out, as we're going to see a Reaper moving across the map now for Time. He is going to start moving across that map. He's going to start trying to get a little bit of some scouting information, trying to kind of chip away at some of those Zerglings as well as some of those drones. It does look like a little bit micro back and forth here is what we're going to see. Now, both players, it does look like you're going to see a pretty standard build from both players. Barracks into the natural command center, and then followed up by that factory. Double gases for Time as well. There's double refineries. We're going to see Serral going for that hatch gas pull opener, followed up with that metabolic boost upgrade. We're going to see the starport coming in, though, out of Time. So that's going to be constructed as well right now for Time, and I like that decision a lot as well to go ahead get that starport out. And you know, it does look like Serral or Time once again is trying to just create a little bit of nuisance, try to create some problems, kind of slow down that third hatchery from going down. Third hatchery has gone down now, but even just like slowing it down doesn't seem like those things are major ordeals, kind of slowing down the timings, but they can add up in the end of a game. Now, very interesting, a fusion core again. This is very interesting out of Time, going for that fusion core. Now, Serral does not know about this, but Serral is going to go ahead, and he has decided to get in and see what kind of scouting information he can get. Now, he obviously has no idea what's going on, but I am assuming he's going to find out at some point or another. But I just love this. I love that Time is going to once again go for that fusion core. He's going with more of, you know, what worked in game number 3. So it's like, well, if it worked, why not try it again? Now, it might not work again going up against the best player on the planet, but if Serral doesn't know about it, it could work out actually relatively well. We're going to see the battle cruiser that's going to be coming in. We are going to see that there is, out of that tech lab, he was going for that cloaking field, which, you know, he canceled immediately after, so that's so interesting. The mind games, guys. The battle of the minds here as Time is trying to really create some issues for Serral. But Serral looks like he's not phased too much by not knowing what's going on. He's going to go ahead and move into the lair, so that higher tier, lair production. And those lair units, looks like we're going to see a bunch of Hellions as well as a Reaper that are going to be moving across the map now as well. And so Serral, he's on those 3 bases. He's also going to get an Overseer out here very shortly to do a little bit of some scouting. But it does look like a lot of units are now over across the map for time. He's going to start being able to clear out some of this creep spray, which is exactly what he wants to do. So a couple of those units do go down. You do not want to try to attempt to take on some of those queens, especially because of those transfuses and such. But it does look like we are going to see now, out of that fusion core, you're going to see that we are going to see that battle cruiser is out once again. He's going to try to do as much damage as possible. And Serral's kind of on top of it. He's got a lot of queens out, which is certainly helpful. But it looks like he's going to continue trying to get as much value out of this battle cruiser as possible. He's going to go after the transfuses do come in on that Overlord. Continue. But this is just what Serral does. He's like he knows kind of, now that time did show his card, he showed kind of what he was doing. It'll be interesting to see how Serral responds, as he's going to go for those double evolution chambers now, and the battle cruiser is going to be flying around, getting some scouting information. But now we've got time on that 3rd command center. And that can be very helpful as we are, passing that, we're approaching that 7-minute mark in this game. We're going to be seeing centrifugal hooks being researched for Serral, which of course is the roly-poly upgrade. And then we're also going to see that 4th hatchery going down as well for Serral at this point in the game as well. So he's probably feeling pretty confident right now. He's feeling like he's in a much better spot. He's going to get that scouting information now. He's going to see exactly that there is this 3rd command center is going down, so he sees the timing on it, and that's of course very helpful for Serral. And Serral, like I said, he's going on his 4th hatchery now. He's got those +1/+1 upgrades being researched out of those evolution chambers, and I think he's feeling pretty confident. We are going to see the +1/+1 upgrades out of time as well, out of those engineering bays. We're going to see the armory being researched. Then we're also going to be seeing, or I should say, the armory being constructed, and then we're also going to be seeing combat shield being researched out of the tech lab. So it looks like more and more action is happening near that 4th hatchery. It does look like Serral might actually have to give up this 4th hatchery, and that's exactly what's about to happen, as time was able to get a nice angle there and is able to take out that 4th hatchery. That's a pretty big ordeal. Beautiful play here by time, but you do not want to overextend here, as Serral looks like he wants to swallow this army alive as he's going after all these units with the Baneling. Oh man, it looks like time maybe stayed a little bit too long on creep there, as these Zerglings are going to be easily able to take out that siege tank. And then we're going to be seeing once again while Serral is being attacked, he is attacking at the same time with a handful of Zerglings. So beautiful play there. So I would say that's almost an eye for an eye there. Time was able to take out that 4th hatchery, but at the same time Serral was able to take out a ton of that army. So I think both players are in I would say that Serral's in a position of power right now, seeing as how he's just ramping up that production substantially at this point. Should be interesting, though, to see how this continues here shortly, as we are going to see time is going to be moving out with a couple of those, with a couple of Marines, some Marines, as well as those medevacs, to maybe try to get a little bit of some information. He's going to micro some of these units back, and it looks like he is going to fly away, though, in the end. Wow. What an intense series so far, guys, an intense game, as we're going to see the hive that's going to be constructed now for Serral. We're going to see Evolve Muscular Augments is going to be finishing up. Nematized Carapace will be finishing up in less than 10 seconds, which, of course, is the Overlord speed. And I like that decision a lot, so Serral's going to be able to see a lot sooner what exactly the timings are, if any, for time. we're also going to go ahead and we'll see those +2 upgrades coming out of Time as well. He's going to get those +2 upgrades for ground-based unit composition. But there's just things happening all over the map, and that's why I just love StarCraft 2 so much, is that as the games go on, it's just there's stuff that just happens all over the map. Now we are going to see some more Marines over at this left-hand side, but this creep spread's starting to get a little bit out of hand, and I think Time is going to want to do something about that here shortly. Serral is everywhere, though. He has got a lot of units. Now we are going to see that 4th command center being constructed right now, and I'm wondering if Serral knows about this as of yet. It does not look like Serral knows about it, but I'm sure he's going to find out about it sooner or later, right? I mean, he's got to. He's definitely going to find out about it. We're seeing another command center that's about to be constructed. Oh, wow. So Serral, I should say Time, is feeling really good about himself at this point. So I don't know if I like the decision, though, to create a couple more command centers at this point. I know, you want to try to, stay ahead of the curve when it comes to playing against Serral. But if Serral finds out about this, this could create some problems. It does look like that Overseer is going to most likely see. Okay, so he does see that there's another command center down, but he does not know. Okay, no, so he does know. He does know that there is going to be another command center at this point that is down. So very interesting play here by both players. Wow, it's turning into, guys, like where we could see these two armies really clash it out and go at it as we are approaching that 12-minute mark. We are also going to see the Ultralisk Cavern coming in. Adrenal Glands is finishing up as well in less than 5 seconds. And here we go. It does look like Serral's in a pretty good position. He's going to try to snipe down. Oh, if he got those medevacs, that could have been disastrous. Beautiful play, though, by Serral, and well done by Time getting out of there before anything crazy ended up happening. And it looks like that Nidus network, once again, Serral is deciding to use, as we are going to see Marines being flown in. They're going to try to do some damage here to this natural hatchery. And it looks like Serral is going to try to do what he can to get as many of these units as possible. That Ultralisk Cavern is down now, and we are going to see this Nidus network as well as the Spire coming in. Oh my god, this is going to get intense, because here we go. We are going to see the Vipers are out as well. Those Blinding Clouds are going to be coming in. Here comes Serral. He wants to close this thing out as soon as possible. He's doing a lot of damage with the Banelings. Here we go. He's going to try to snipe down this base. He does get it, which of course is the 5th command center. Beautiful play there by Serral. Taking that out, we are going to see the Ghost personnel cloaking is going to be being researched here in less than 5 seconds. And the Ghosts are out, though. Those Ghosts are out on the playing field, but Serral is just taking over his side of the map, and it's looking scary at this point. Now, that Nidus network, going to have to kind of keep tabs on it, as we're going to see infantry weapons level 3 as well as infantry armor level 3 going to be finishing up here for Time. And that's going to be helpful, but man, oh man, this is starting to get scary, because look at this creep spread. The creep spread is almost to Time's side of the map, and that is absolutely insane. Serral is completely taking over his side of the map. He's got a ton of Zerglings coming in. He's got more and more of those upgrades coming in. He's got those melee attacks level 3 finishing up, ground carapace level 3, and it does look like there's going to be some jawing back and forth here. But we are going to see multiple Nidus worms are going to be coming in the main base location. Oh my god. This could be absolutely devastating. Here we go. Liberation zones do come in, however, which is going to be helpful, but those liberation zones need to land right on top of those Nidus worms, as we are going to see a ton of damage that is going to start to come in here. For Serral, he is doing a lot of damage. He's got a lot of units that are going to be coming in. Looks like he's going to try to hit at multiple angles at once. Once you hit all those higher tier tech-based structures, more and more Nidus worms are going to be coming in here now. over near that natural command center, but the battle is happening all over the map. Serral is everywhere. This is beautifully played. The fusion core is being targeted, fired down. A lot of these units are just targeting all of these units. Oh my god, the amount of damage that's being dealt here, though, could be devastating at this point, as it looks like finally Time is going to be able to fully kind of clear all of those Nidus worms out. There are going to be a couple of more, though, that are going to be coming in now. Oh man, what an intense game, guys. More and more Nidus worms are going to be coming in. What Serral is doing right now is he's trying to kind of close his opponent in. Time is going to be in a very difficult spot here shortly if he does not move out, because it's just a matter of time until there's just going to be so many units that are going to be coming in now. And here they come. They're going to be going after that planetary fortress, or are they just going to go after that main base location? Lots and lots more units that are going to be coming in here. Here we go. It looks like a lot of units are going to be coming in, and it seems like Banelings, Zerglings, as well as Hydralisks are all over the place, going to multiple different areas on Time's side of the map. We passed that 16-minute mark. There is just so many units that are going down on both sides. It's hard to tell who's actually really getting the brunt of it, I should say. It does seem, though, like Serral is still kind of in a position of power here, as Time is just slowly but surely, these units are just like dwindling at this point. He's got one of these orbital commands that is going down as well, or is burning at this point. More and more Zerglings are going to be coming in, trying to do as much damage as possible. Man, lots of Banelings. Ultralisks are coming in. We're going to be also, of course, the Vipers as well are coming in. Lots of planetary fortresses are out as well. Oh, the Banelings. The Banelings are coming in. The planetary fortress goes down in a matter of seconds. Oh my god, the amount of damage coming in. We're going to see, once again, more and more of these Nidus worms are going to be coming in. Serral is just trying to rip Time in pieces as far as his army is concerned, as well as what he is trying to do. More and more Ultralisks are going to be coming in. So many units. Oh my god. Serral wants to end this thing right here and right now and get a trip to the next round of the WCS spring event. He is doing a lot of damage. Not as much damage as I was actually thinking that he would do at this point. Lots of really good micro out of Time at this point. But it's just so many of these units are not working. It's just a matter of time, because Serral is continuously just creating so many problems. The snipes are going to be coming in here, but these Ultralisks are just doing so much damage now. The Ultras are just taking out so many units. Oh my god, the amount of damage that's happening in that main base location. This is being re-upped by more and more units. GG is called, and Serral earns a trip to the next round at the WCS Spring. I hope you guys did enjoy this game and this series between Serral and Time. And if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive. And as always, I'll talk to you guys all in the next one. Peace.